Welcome to Cook Field, where the Fairfield Prep Jesuits at 19-1 in the season are hosting the Bishop Hendricken Hawks from Rhode Island. Both these teams are each top of their respective states. Fairfield Prep prides itself on having one of the best offenses in New England and easily one of the best in Connecticut. And on the other side, Bishop Hendricken, led by a few twins that play third base and shortstop, the Crane twins, as well as ace pitcher Dylan Pulaski. He won't be on the mound today for the Hawks, but the Hawks, definitely one of the best teams in Rhode Island. They have back-to-back state titles to their name, trying to go for a third, and they're going to bring their season to a close in the coming weeks. One of the final games will be against the Jesuits here at Fairfield University. On the mound for the Jesuits is sophomore ace Jackson Salmieri. Andrew Wong would have been the ace for the Jesuits, but due to an injury, he's out for the year, and into his place has stepped up Jackson Salmieri. He's been actually fantastic for the Jesuits this year. He stepped into his role big time, even as a young sophomore, and he's been pitching lights out recently. He's going to have to go against a tough lineup that's led off by center fielder number 2, Parker Boyd. Parker Boyd's a captain of this Hawks team. He's committed to go to Stonehill next year. And he's going to get the first crack at this Jesuit starting rotation. Behind the plate for the Jesuits is Dan DeLibro, the hero. The last time the Jesuits played a team from Rhode Island, they played LaSalle earlier this month, and DeLibro hit a walk-off home run to end that one 9-8 and keep the Jesuits to only one loss. Obviously, that one loss coming early in the season against Trumbull. Looking back on it, tough loss, but they've learned from it and have gone on an absolute tear since then. 19-1, one of the best records in the state, only behind Lyman Hall, who still remains undefeated. And Jesuits have the number one offense in the state. They're actually averaging 11 runs per game, so they're going to want to keep those bats going today. But it's going to start off with Salmieri on the bump. So on this 70-degree, beautiful day at Fairfield University on Cook Field, Parker Boyd's going to step into the box for the first pitch of the game. Salmieri on the mound for the Jesuits, the sophomore ace who's really stepped into his role this season. Salmieri's ready. Boyd's ready. The pitch. That's going to be a high strike. Boyd steps out. And he swings at that one. That'll go back to the screen, and it's 0-2. The pitch. Boyd takes high. This Bishop Hendricken team is an absolutely great program, one of the best in Rhode Island. They have 24 state titles to their name. 33 MLB draft picks have come out of the school. As Boyd takes that one high, and the count evens 2-2. They have 16 Gatorade Player of the Years. I mean, they're just a wonderful program, and it's great that the Jesuits can face off against them, even though they're from Rhode Island. They've played them in hockey before. A little bit of interstate rivalry as Boyd goes down swinging, and for the first out of the game, Salmieri records a strikeout. So steps into the box is Cullen Crane. He's one of the highlights of this team. Cullen Crane last season was one of the heroes for them. He had a walk-off sacrifice fly to get the Hawks to go to the state chip where they ended up winning. And, yeah, he's going to be attending Brown University next year to play baseball. Great impact on this team. Senior captain, shortstop, all-around player. As he fouls that one back. Count goes to 0-2. So Salmieri off to a great start so far. Or gets himself into another 0-2 count. Salmieri deals. They check, and they're going to get him. They're saying Crane went around, and that's his second strikeout of the game. A little bit of delay on the call. They're going to say that Crane went around, and Salmieri gets 2 quick outs thanks to 2 strikeouts. So now the designated hitter, Dylan Pierce, steps into the box. Takes high. That's low and inside, so 2-0 for him. Dylan Pierce swings through that high fastball. So, yeah, Salmieri excels at throwing hard. He's able to elevate his fastball, get swings and misses. And as we've seen already in this first inning, if he can get himself ahead of counts, he's able to put you away with that off speed too. As that's going to be a strike as well, and the count evens to 2-2. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Salmieri, 3 Ks to go 1-2-3 in the first, and the Jesuits bats will step into the box in the bottom.
For the Jesuits in the bottom of the first. Number 19, the first baseman, Jack Nolan.
So after Jackson Salmieri struck out the side in the top of the inning, the Jesuits step into the box, being led off by Army commit Jack Nolan, the junior, who's had an absolutely fantastic season. He's going to be facing off against the junior Steve Maynard for the Hawks. But Nolan can't say enough about him, what he's been able to do in the leadoff role. Hitting .345 so far this season. As he's going to take an inside strike for the first pitch of the at-bat. Nolan recently elected class president for the class of 2027. Nolan grounds that one to second. Fielded. Fires to first. One away. Edgar Rodriguez made the play for the Hawks there. Nice, smooth, and clean. And now into the box steps arguably the Jesuits' most dangerous hitter, Vinny Lombardo. Fairfield Prep's all-time career home run leader. Hitting .424 this season. They've switched the lineup around a little bit. They haven't hit in second today. Has 5 home runs already. Very dangerous hitter. Committed to UConn. He'll take an outside strike. Vinny Lombardo, most stolen bases on the team at 11. Starting running back for the football team as well. Just an all-around athlete. As he swings, hits that one off of Maynard, and he'll advance. He's making a big turnaround first. He's going to slide back, but the throw goes over the first baseman's head, and Lombardo will settle into second with a Little League kind of double. Goofy play all around as he hits it off Maynard. And then E5. From Crane as he threw it over the head of the first baseman and allowing Vinny Lombardo to advance to second. Ventrell takes that inside. Ventrell's cooled off a little bit, but when I say cooled off, it means he went from hitting 600, hitting .491. So still an absolutely fantastic year for him. In the 3-hole for the Jesuits. Vinny Lombardo a threat to go, keeping Maynard paying attention to him. He takes that outside. Good eye on the at-bat. Ventrell swings and drives that one into the gap in right field. That's going to get down. Lombardo rounds third. He'll score easily. And Ventrell is headed to third. He's going to stop at second. And an RBI double for Ventrell. And the Jesuits take a 1-0 lead early in the first. So Ventrell showing just how dangerous he can be as he ropes that pitch right into the gap between the right fielder and the center fielder. Then he scored easily, and Ventrell gets himself a stand-up double for his first at-bat of the game, as now steps into the box the equally dangerous Cooper Rotundo. Rotundo 3 home runs on the year, hitting .370. Villanova commit. Jesuits infield just absolutely stacked. He's going to swing through that heater. Ventrell, another threat to go on second. 10 stolen bases on the year, second on the team. Maynard deals. Rotundo takes strike 2. Rotundo hitting to a 1,200 OPS. Had a breakout junior season, has carried that through into this senior campaign. Been one of the premier hitters in the state. In that game against LaSalle earlier in the year, he had a big third-inning home run to give the Jesuits an early lead in that one. As he swings and fouls that one, back count goes to 1-2. Or sorry, it remains 0-2. Rotundo swings through that one. He's going to go down swinging. Maynard records his first strikeout of the game.
Batting number 8, the left fielder, Brady Cesarado.
Brady Cesarato, one of the seniors who's had an absolutely great season as well, steps into the box. Playing left field today. He's going to foul that one towards the Hawks dugout. Maynard taking his time, eyeing down Ventrell from the back of the mound. 0-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. Jesuits already scored 1 thanks to an RBI double from Ryan Ventrell. That allowed Vinny Lombardo to score. That's really inside, and that's going to get away. And Ventrell will take third base. That's going to be a passed ball. Catcher Yadier Blanco. Very inside pitch. Blanco unable to contain it. Count evens at 1-1. Cesarato swings through that one. Taking a big hack there, trying to extend this lead. Get ahead early. As some of the most dangerous bats for the Hawks have yet to even step in the box. Cesarato's going to swing through that one. Maynard gets his second strikeout of the inning. Jesuits get 1 thanks to a Ventrell RBI double. And the Hawks will come back to hit in the top of the second.
Joined the ASC program, one of the first things that I was thinking about was teaching and coaching. I had seen greats like Rudy Moritz and Matt Sather have graduated college, joined prep as a faculty member and as a coach. As a history major in college, that's sort of something that I was thinking about and wanting to explore. When I started in fall of 22, it was coaching and teaching and so much more. Really the 2 areas that I found myself working in the most were admissions and advancement work. On the admission side, engaging with parents, prospective students, and you were going to schools, you were making phone calls, it was very engaging. And then on the advancement side, that was mostly talking to alums, soliciting them for gifts, in addition to the events that you do for reunion and for Jesuits on Taps and all those things I found myself really enjoying. Even if you're unsure if education is what you want, there's probably an avenue within either accounting or admissions, guidance, campus ministry, coaching. There's probably something there for you that will excite you, that will make you want to get up in the morning to go to work and enjoy your time for those 10 months in the ASC program.
We rejoin you here for the top of the second as Rodriguez steps into the box for the Hawks. Salmieri back on the bump after striking out the side in the first, looking to continue his dominance. So Bishop Hendricken taking the long ride from Warwick, Rhode Island. Unfortunately had to run into the buzzsaw that is Salmieri. But they're going to see if they can chip away here. That one's hit right back to Salmieri. He gathers it, scoops that one to first. Nolan catches it cleanly, and 1 away in the inning.
Now batting number 6, third baseman, Mason Crane.
So here steps into the box Mason Crane, the second twin of that left side of the infield tandem. Crane also played a huge role in the back-to-back state title wins by the Hawks. He swings and misses at that pitch. In the first inning, he was the one that had the error on the Vinny Lombardo kind of fluke single that allowed him to advance to second. That one's lined into right field. That's going to get through, and Crane has himself a single in his first at-bat. So the Crane twins, you have Mason Crane at third base, Cullen Crane at shortstop. Both of them absolutely phenomenal players. They're also hockey players, so they probably faced off against the Fairfield Prep hockey team as well. Salmieri picks off at first. Crane gets back safely. So, yeah, between the two of them, Mason and Cullen Crane, they have 7 state titles in their time at Bishop Hendrickson, combining hockey and baseball, as Pierce takes ball 1. And they also have an older brother who attended Bishop Hendricken, won Gatorade Player of the Year for them, as well as a baseball state championship, and now plays at Louisville. So just an all-around star-studded family. As that one's popped a mile into the sky, Ventrell gets under it, and he'll retire Pierce for the second out of the inning. So now Brett Knight steps into the box for the Hawks. Playing right field today. He's going to take that one high. That one's fouled off. 1-1. Salmieri moving along pretty quickly here early, very efficiently. 3 strikeouts in the first, pitching to contact more in the second here. Good eye by Knight as he takes that one outside. Knight takes time, steps out. Salmieri just has so much poise for a sophomore pitcher. It's unbelievable. He was not on varsity last year, but he stepped into a role and he just had a fantastic season. And if the Jesuits want to make a run in the state tournament, which I think they're going to have a good shot at doing, being ranked number 2 in the state right now, and obviously that great offense that they have, but they're going to need him to pitch some big games against the tougher teams as Knight swings through that one. He's definitely a bright spot for this year and for the future of the Jesuits, as they have a lot of seniors that are going to graduate, but the one thing they will have is some young stars like Jack Nolan, only a junior, DeLibero, only a junior behind the plate, and obviously Salmieri on the mound. As Crane bolts for second, and they're going to say Knight did not go around. That's a tough call. But now first and second for the Hawks as they're putting some pressure on with 2 outs. So the catcher steps up to the plate, Blanco. Salmieri deals, trying to get out of a little bit of a 2-out jam here. He's going to pop that one up. DeLibero attempting to make a play on it. And he comes up just short as him and Nolan both were about a foot away when the ball landed. Couldn't get there in time. 0-2. Salmieri looking to get his 4th strikeout of the game. Salmieri deals. Runners go. That's the strikeout, and that'll end the inning. 4th strikeout for Salmieri. And the Jesuits keep their 1-0 lead. So into the box now for the Jesuits, Dan DeLibero, the Fordham commit. Absolute breakout season for the Jesuits, hitting over 500, OPS close to 1,300, 2 home runs on the year, one of them being that walk-off blast against LaSalle. And he's just been absolutely phenomenal behind the plate and in the box. He's going to take strike one. So, yeah, as I said, the Jesuits played LaSalle earlier this season. Bishop Hendricken also has a little bit of a history with LaSalle. They faced them in the state semifinals last year in Rhode Island. DeLibero takes ball high, and that's when Crane was able to walk it off on a sacrifice fly. And then this year, the other Crane, the third baseman, Griffin Crane, hit a RBI walk-off single to beat him 7-6 as well. So both the Jesuits and the Hawks have some good history against LaSalle. DeLibero in the box, 1-2. Maynard deals. DeLibero goes down swinging, and that's Maynard's third strikeout of the game. So both these pitchers absolutely dealing here early on in terms of getting some strikeouts.
Now batting number 1, the right fielder, Nick Garofalo.
And here comes Garofalo into the box. In an interview earlier this year with Game Time CT, Mr. Moritz said this was Coach Moritz said this was one of the most well-rounded, best, deepest lineups he's ever had. Garofalo is a perfect example of that. Hitting the 7 spot, has a 365 average. That's just unheard of. And he's been great this year, the right fielder. And he goes to show you just how deep and dangerous this Jesuits team can be as he swings through that tough fastball from Maynard. Takes that outside. Two and two. Maynard deals. Garofalo takes strike 3, and Maynard matches Salmeri's total with 4 strikeouts on the day. Looking like a bit of a pitcher's battle here early.
Now batting number 5, the designated hitter, Tommy Trudeau.
Tommy Trudeau steps into the box for the Jesuits. He'll be attending Roger Williams next year to play some baseball. He's had a really good year as well. Close to 1,000 OPS. Takes that one high. And, yeah, he's hitting 432. Doesn't necessarily have the power as some of the guys at the top of the order, but he can put the bat on the ball. And he's got a really great eye, as you see there, as he goes ahead 2-0. Two balls, 2 outs. Trudeau takes the first strike of the at-bat. So despite a little bit of a rocky start from Maynard, giving up that comebacker to Lombardo and then that double that was absolutely roped to the gap in right field, as Trudeau lofts this one to shallow center. Crane calls off the center fielder. He'll make the play. That'll end the inning. So despite the rocky start, Maynard recovers well and gets the Jesuits down 1-2-3. For the Hawks. So Mary deals for the first pitch of the inning, and he fouls that one back into the field hockey field. And he sends that one kind of over in the same direction, 0-2. Unable to catch up to Sal Mary, just not quite yet able to catch up to him. That one's in the dirt. He's going to ground that one to third. Play made by Albert. Fires across the diamond. Nolan with the stretch makes the play. So Albert getting the start at third today. Makes a nice play early on. Retires the first batter of the inning.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Parker Boyd.
Nolan very versatile. Can play both the corner positions, first base and third base, with a nice stretch there to secure the out. As Parker Boyd, the captain, steps back into the batter's box for his second at-bat of the game. He struck out swinging in the first. And Boyd rips that one into left. Cesarado back on the run, makes the play. And he takes away a hard piece of contact by Boyd. And that's the second out of the inning. So Boyd just getting a little bit unlucky there. Hit it hard, but right at Cesarado, who made a nice running grab. There's a bunt laid down by Crane, the speedster. Albert Fields can't get it off in time. And Crane uses some small ball to get himself on base.
Now batting number 21, the designated hitter, Dylan Polanski.
So two very different sides of baseball right there. Parker Boyd couldn't have hit it any better. Into the gap and left. Cesarado robs him of a hit. And then Crane uses the small ball. Just puts bat on ball, bunts it down the third base line, and he ends up on first. As Pierce takes ball one. Salmieri throws over to first. That one's fouled off over to the first base side. So 2 outs, runner on first. Wouldn't be surprised if Crane went here. As you've seen, he's definitely got wheels. But Salmieri's keeping him close. Barely taking a lead as he throws over again. Crane breaks for second. That pitch is inside. DeLibero fires to Ventrell. Sorry, Rotundo. Rotundo not able to hold on to it. I think Crane would have gotten in anyways. As Crane takes second base. So DeLibero there, great throw. Just had to take some time because it was very inside. Had to take some time getting away from Pierce, who was in that right-handed batter's box. And now Crane's dancing around second base. So far today, Hawks have been very aggressive on the base paths. South Mary hasn't been too bothered by it. As with 2 outs, Pierce chops that one to third. Albert again fires over to first. Nolan makes the stretch, and that'll end the inning. So a great play again, going 5-3, and the Jesuits are coming up to hit. So Conlon Albert steps into the box for his first at-bat of the game. Made a couple solid defensive plays in the top half of the inning. The 9-hole hitter as Jesuits look to loop the order back around. And ever since that Ventrell double, it's really been just an absolute pitcher's duel. That's a strike. So Waynard got 4 strikeouts already through 2 innings. Or Maynard, sorry. And he's pitching a really good game despite that that rocky start. He's settled in here. He deals, and Albert's going to rip that one into left field. That'll get down, and Albert's going to get a single to lead off the inning. Nice piece of hitting by him. He takes an inside pitch, places it in left field, and the Jesuits have a runner on first. And stepping back into the box for the top of the order is the always dangerous Jack Nolan. Again, the sign from Coach Moritz over at third. Albert taking a decent-sized lead. Throw over. Albert gets back. Nolan grounded to second in the first. He's going to lay down a bunt. He pulls it away as that pitch was outside. Seeing the signal from Coach Moritz again. Wonder if he'll bunt here. Nolan is quite a fast player. Plays basketball for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits as well. He will lay down a bunt. He's going to pull that one. Albert headed second. He's going to get thrown. Very nice throw behind the plate from Blanco as he snipes Albert. And there's an out. Throw could have been placed more perfect. I don't think Albert got a great jump. It was supposed to be some sort of a hit and run, but that ball was too outside for Nolan to really get after it. And that's how you execute a throwdown. As Nolan takes a chop at that, sends it towards the visiting bullpen. Two and one. Nolan swings through that breaking ball. So Jesuits tried to match the Hawks' aggressiveness on the base paths. Unable to there. That one's low. So the count is full. 3-2. 1 out. Vinny Lombardo on deck. Had a single in the first. Maynard deals. Nolan's going to fly this one right up in the air. He can't see it because of the sun, but he's going to bring it in. A little bit of doubt for a second out there with Edgar Rodriguez, as that sun must be glaring pretty bright. But he's able to reel it in, and Nolan will head back to the bench.
Now batting number 3, the center fielder, Vinny Lombardo.
So in the first inning, Lombardo hit a hard ground ball off the shin, calf maybe, of Maynard on the mound and allowed him to get to first. And then due to the overthrow by Crane at third, he was able to get to second. He's the one that scored on the double from Ventrell. He's going to take strike one. Lombardo takes strike two, as the umpire's been calling that high outside strike all day. So it's 0-2 on Lombardo. 2 outs in the inning. Maynard with the advantage here. That one's low. Good eye by Lombardo. 1-2 count. Lombardo headed off to UConn next year to play some baseball. Excellent defender, excellent hitter as well. One of the top 5 players in the state. Been committed to UConn for a while now. He had a really good year last year for the Jesuits. Continued it this year, got even better. 2-2. That's high. He works the count full. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Maynard with 2 outs in the inning doesn't want to give in to the dangerous hitter that is Vinny Lombardo. Maynard deals. 3-2. Lombardo fouls that one back. And he'll get another crack at it. The pitch. That's outside. Lombardo's going to take first. And he is a threat to go. So Ventrell, the man who has the RBI already for the Jesuits, steps back into the box. He absolutely wrote one in the first inning. To the wall and right. And now Lombardo with a great at-bat going from 0-2 to 3-2 to foul one off to getting a walk is on first. Lombardo, the running back, very quick out there. Great season for the Jesuits. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards. Somehow a better baseball player than a football player. As Ventrell takes ball 1. So Ventrell headed off to Notre Dame next year. Had a great season. Been one of, if not the, best hitter in the state as Lombardo breaks for second on that pass ball. And Jesuits have a runner in scoring position. Lombardo very vigilant, knew what to do. The second he saw that ball get by Blanco, he just took off. 2-0 on Ventrell. First base is now open. But there's not really a place to put Ventrell as Rotundo, the power hitter, is hitting behind him. And Lombardo lines that one into right field. That's going to get down for his second hit of the game. Here comes Lombardo around third. He's going to score. Ventrell heads to second. And Ryan Ventrell again comes through and has his second RBI of the day. So Ryan Ventrell with 2 outs, lines one over the second baseman, gets it into right field. Lombardo with that speed was scoring all the way. And Jesuits extend their lead to 2-0 thanks to the top of the lineup coming through yet again. And now Rotundo, who struck out swinging in the first, has a chance with the runner in scoring position. He'll take strike one. Rotundo fouls that one off towards the first base side. A few players giving chase. That's going to get down. Stayed in play, but a little bit too far for the second baseman, Rodriguez, to get. So 0-2 on Rotundo, who struck out swinging in the first. Having a great season for the Jesuits. Hits for power and average. Maynard deals. Rotundo takes strike three on that high outside corner. He goes down looking this time, but the Jesuits get one thanks to Ryan Ventrell and his RBI single. Second baseman Edgar Rodriguez in the box for the Hawks as they need to climb themselves out of this 2-0 deficit. Salmieri back on the mound for the Jesuits, and he gets Rodriguez to swing and miss. Fixes his shin guard real quick, steps right back into the box. Salmieri pitching a fantastic game. 4 strikeouts. Got into a little bit of a 2-out jam last time, able to handle it well. And he got Dylan Pierce to ground out to third. And that one's grounded to Ventrell at short. Very sound defensive shortstop. He fires over to Nolan. That's the first out of the inning. So Ventrell gets the RBI single, and right there makes the play. And that's the first out. As steps into the box is Mason Crane. So his brother, Cullen Crane, laid down a bunt in the top of the third. Mason Crane not opting to bunt here. As that one swung on and missed. Mason Crane has the only actual hit of the game for the Hawks besides a bunt, as he roped one into right his first time up. And he's just going to put a bat on ball on that one. Ventrell fields it again, fires over to first. That's the second out of the inning. It looked like Crane wasn't fully committed to the swing, but despite the check swing, he still connected with it and just grounded it softly to short.
Batting number 18, the first baseman, Ryan Pierce.
So 2 quick outs for Salmeri as he's working his way seamlessly through this Hawks offense. That's a strike. Strike 2, and Salmeri's 0-2 with a chance to make it a really quick 4th inning. Pierce in the box. Salmeri on the bump. Salmeri deals. Check swing. He held up. 1-2. DeLibero making extra sure with the first base umpire that he held up. One and two. Salmeri fires. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Salmeri gets his 5th strikeout of the game, and he works a 1-2-3, top of the 4th. Jesuits maintain their 2-0 lead. Cesarado hitting now for the Jesuits. He made a really nice catch in the top of the 3rd on the run out and left to rob Parker Boyd of a hit. In the 1st inning, Cesarado struck out swinging. He takes strike 1 here. So Maynard's 5 strikeouts match Salmeri's 5 strikeouts. Unfortunately, Maynard just has not been able to get Vinny Lombardo or Ryan Ventrell out. Besides that, he's been absolutely flawless. That's outside. I mean, Ventrell and Lombardo, both of them are some of the best hitters in the state, in New England as a whole, and are going to incredibly good baseball schools next year in UConn and Notre Dame. Cesarado fouls that one back. Cesarado's kind of a senior who stepped up, wasn't necessarily expected to have the type of season he is having because he's been absolutely flawless. I mean, he's moved into the 5-hole for the Jesuits, and he's just been hitting the ball like crazy. A few homers on the year. Just a great season all around for him. As that one's high. Two balls, 2 strikes. Maynard deals. Couldn't get that one to drop in there. That's high, so full count for Cesarado in the 1st at bat in the bottom of the 4th. Jesuits have a 2-0 lead. Would love to get some more insurance. But, I mean, Salmeri's just absolutely dealing, so as of now, they feel pretty comfortable, I bet. Cesarato takes one way inside, and he'll work a walk. And Jesuits get the leadoff man on. Second walk of the day for Maynard. Both of them have been on 3-2 counts, so he's battling every at-bat. DeLibero had a baseball in his back pocket from catching that he handed over to the umpire. DeLibero also struck out swinging his first time up. Kind of has a Spencer Jones kind of stance, gets really low before every pitch. Getting the signal from Coach Moritz. Cesarato getting aggressive over on first base. DeLibero takes strike one right down the middle. That one's fouled off. DeLibero takes that low, and the count's evened out at 2-2. So Maynard not having himself a bad game at all. I mean, Bishop Fien's best pitcher is not on the mound today, but he's still having a really good game as he gets DeLibero to go down swinging for the second time today. Yeah, so they got a really good junior starting staff over with Bishop Hendricken. Their ace is junior Dylan Poloski, who's already committed to Northeastern for baseball. Northeastern, just a really good baseball school. Obviously, you have Cam Schlittler coming out of Northeastern, who's had a really good year in the major leagues. But Bishop Fien, they really pride themselves in their pitching, as you can see here, as Maynard up to 6 strikeouts on the day, and Garofalo takes strike one there. Bishop Hendricken, one of the best teams Fairfield Prep has faced this season. Outside of LaSalle and Trumbull, Fairfield Prep has not faced too many hard-throwing pitchers, which is why they've been able to put so many runs on the board. But even today, they've been successful against a very solid pitcher in Maynard. Garofalo swings through that one, fouls it back. 0-2 on Garofalo. Maynard deals. Garofalo loops that one into right. Makes the play out and right, and that will be an out. Fly out there to Brett Knight. Solid contact by Garofalo, unable to just get enough power under it to really send it out there. As Trudeau's going to step into the box. Trudeau takes high and outside. Trudeau popped up to the shortstop Crane in the second inning, sorry. Takes outside. That one's fouled back behind home plate. Might reach the parking lot. Trudeau again battling here. Count goes to 2-2 as he fouled off 2 pitches in a row. Halfway through the game, Jesuits have a 2-0 lead over Hendricken. Maynard still pitched a really nice game for the Hawks. 6 strikeouts on the day. Salmeri on the other side for the Jesuits also pitched phenomenal. He only has 5 strikeouts, though. I say only compared to Maynard, but he's pitched really well as well. Bit of a pitcher's duel here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. As Maynard deals. Gets Trudeau to loop one to the second baseman. Rodriguez steps on second. Didn't need to. But that'll end the inning there as Jesuits strand 1. And Salmeri will take the mound again.
Joined the ASC program, one of the first things that I was thinking about was teaching and coaching. I had seen greats like Rudy Moritz and Matt Sather have graduated college, joined prep as a faculty member and as a coach. As a history major in college, that's sort of something that I was thinking about and wanting to explore. When I started in fall of 22, it was coaching and teaching and so much more. Really the 2 areas that I found myself working in the most were admissions and advancement work. On the admission side, engaging with parents, prospective students, and you were going to schools, you were making phone calls, it was very engaging. And then on the advancement side, that was mostly talking to alums, soliciting them for gifts, in addition to the events that you do for reunion and for Jesuits on Taps and all those things I found myself really enjoying. Even if you're unsure if education is what you want, there's probably an avenue within either accounting or admissions, guidance, campus ministry, coaching. There's probably something there for you that will excite you, that will make you want to get up in the morning to go to work and enjoy your time for those 10 months in the ASC program.
Brett Knight in the box for the Hawks. He was able to put out Garofalo's fly out in the bottom half of last inning. He worked a walk his last time up. Salmeri gets him to swing and miss at that one. I see a pitcher warming up in the Hawks bullpen out there. So we might have seen the last of Maynard. If so, he pitched a really solid 4 innings. Only ran into trouble with Ventrell and Lombardo. Besides that, he was able to get the best of almost everyone on the Jesuits, outside of a few walks here and there. So if that is the last we see of Maynard, great game for him today. So one last chance to try and outduel him in strikeouts. Striking out 6 in 4 innings is very impressive, as Salmeri gets Knight to swing and miss, but DeLibero overthrows Nolan, and Knight advances to first on the drop third. And those are the mistakes you just can't be making in a 2-0 game. DeLibero took his time making that throw. He didn't rush it, but I think he might have just not set his feet or something. He just flew it right over the head of Nolan. And now Knight gets kind of a free pass to get on first base. And now DeLibero trying to get redemption. Tried to pick off Knight at first. Nolan just was not aware of where Knight was. Salmeri now attempts a pickoff. Blanco takes low. DeLibero is able to keep that in front. And that one is pulled, but it's going to get barely foul out in left field. Blanco slightly ahead of that. So 2 strikes on Blanco. Sal Mary has now matched Maynard's total of 6 strikeouts on the day, despite the runner advancing. Sal Mary again attempts another pickoff. That's low and outside. Another pickoff over to first. This is the MLB. He'd be out of him a while ago. But it's not. There's no pitch clock either. Sal Mary pitching a great game so far. That one's fouled back. So Brett Knight on first base because he reached on a drop third strike. Yadier Blanco, the catcher in the box. He struck out his first time up. Now with a 2-2 count. Looking to try and get something going for the Hawks here on the bottom of the lineup. He's able to check his swing, and the count goes to full. Sal Mary throws over to first again. They are keeping Brett Knight really close over there. Sal Mary deals. That one's fouled back. Really good at bat by Blanco so far. Fouling off a few pitches, able to keep himself in it. Steps out, takes a moment, looks for the sign. Sal Mary again putting pressure on to make another pitch. This is the toughest at-bat he's had so far today. He deals, swung on and missed. He wins that battle, gets his second strikeout of the inning. Only one out. Sal Mary up to 7 strikeouts on the day.
Now batting number 28, the left fielder, Jude Monty.
So the 9-hole hitter, Jude Monty, steps up to the plate, the left fielder. Hasn't seen much action in the field out and left today. First time up, he grounded to third. That one's high and inside. Fouled off hard towards the Jesuits' dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's fouled directly back. A little bit of movement in the Jesuits' bullpen. No one throwing yet, but a few players stretching out and warming up. That's outside. Count evens at 2-2. Two and two pitches, line to first. Nolan makes a diving grab, gets back to first base, and that's a double play to end the inning. Sal Mary gets through 5 scoreless. Jesuits maintain their 2-0 lead. So Conlon Albert, who singled in the first inning to left field, steps into the batter's box for the Jesuits here. Still on the mound is Maynard. That one's inside. So Maynard looking to get through 5. Albert very solid at third base defensively today and has that single. Looming ahead for the Jesuits is that top of the lineup with Nolan, Ventrell, and Lombardo as he hits it hard to the shortstop. Crane can't make the play, and Albert reaches for the second time today. That's going to be an E6. So it was definitely hit hard, but that's a play you have to make, especially with a player as good as Crane. Unfortunately, it gets right under his glove, and Jack Nolan steps into the box with a runner on. Top of the lineup back up for the Jesuits, and this is who Maynard has really had troubles with. Not necessarily Nolan, but rather who's looming on deck in Lombardo and Ventrell. Nolan slaps that one foul. Nolan goes right back up the middle, off the glove of Maynard, and that one's going to get through, and Albert's going for third. He's going to slide in there safely. Albert goes first to third. Nolan gets a single on the comebacker, and the Jesuits are on the corners with no one out. Second kind of hit like that today. That's just unfortunate. Vinny Lombardo had one in the first inning, and that's going to be the end of Maynard's day today. He pitched really solid, just bad luck here in the bottom of the 5th. Nothing he could do. Albert reached on an error. Nolan reaches on a comebacker. That just bounced off in a weird direction. But really good start for Maynard. Recorded the 6 strikeouts. Got through 4 innings with only 2 runs given up. He's still responsible for the runner on first. So Maynard should be proud of what he did today coming from Rhode Island to Cook Field. Struck out 6, able to work his way through the Jesuits lineup. But now Jesuits first and third, no one out. Heart of the lineup coming up. Vinny Lombardo with a chance to really extend this Jesuits lead and get them some insurance.
Pitching for the Hawks, number 13, Braden Daly.
So Braden Daly taking the mound for the Hawks. He's a really solid relief pitcher. They use him a lot in these close situations. He's one of the premier relievers in Rhode Island. He's had a really good season so far. Many scoreless appearances. And he's looking to come out here and get himself out of a really tight jam. I mean, you have a few of the top players in Connecticut coming to bat, and runners on first and third with no one out. So Lombardo, who's reached base twice today with a single and a walk, is going to step into the box with first and third, no one out. Albert's on third, Nolan's on first. Daly on the mound for the Hawks. He's gotten Bishop Hendricken out of a few tight jams before. He's going to need to get him out of one more here if they want to stay close. Jesuits with no outs have a real chance to just blow this game wide open, especially with who's coming to bat. So Vinny Lombardo steps into the box. Runners on first and third. No one out. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Jesuits have a 2-0 lead, looking to make it more here. Daly deals. First pitch is a low. First pitch is low. Lombardo had some really good at-bats today. He fouls that one off. A little bit outside for him. Ventrell in the on-deck circle, who's driven in both of the Jesuits' runs today. Nowhere to put Lombardo. That's an outside strike. It's 1-2. Daly puts himself in an advantageable position here on the mound. Daly deals. That's low and inside. That ball gets past him. Here comes Albert. He's going to score on the wild pitch. Nolan gets to second. Jesuits take a 3-0 lead. Two count. Albert just scored on that pass ball. Jesuits extend their lead to 3-0. Lombardo still looking to make it even more. As he loops that one into right field. On the run is Knight. He can't get there. That bounces off the wall. Nolan had to hold up at second just in case Knight caught it, so he's not going to be able to score, but in comes Vinny to second with a stand-up double. And now Ventrell steps into the box with second and third and no one out. Nice piece of hitting by Lombardo. Gets down in the count. Able to send one out to right field. And they're going to intentionally walk Ryan Ventrell to bring Cooper Rotundo to the plate with the bases loaded. Yeah, Ventrell, a very dangerous hitter today. Driven in both the Jesuits' runs with an open base. Why wouldn't you? Thing about Cooper Rotundo, though, he has 2 grand slams on the year, and both of them came in the same inning. Cooper Rotundo has hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning earlier this year in a matchup against Hillhouse. He's looking to get his 3rd grand slam of the year here. That would be great. So bases loaded, no outs. Daly in a jam, deals Rotundo. Big swing and a miss. So Lombardo does not get an RBI from that double, as Nolan had to hold up just to make sure it wasn't caught. Rotundo in the box, 0-1 count. Bases loaded, no outs. Hawks in a big jam. If they want to stay in this thing, they got to start getting guys out. Daly deals. That's going to go for strike 2. Rotundo, who's already struck out twice today, doesn't want to make that 3 times with an 0-2 count. That's low, and it gets away again from Blanco. In comes Nolan. Jesuits extend their lead to 4-0 on 2 pass balls. So that wild pitch gives the Jesuits another run, 4-0. And they're being gifted many opportunities here. On a 1-2 count now, Rotundo steps back into the box. 2nd and 3rd for the Jesuits. That's high and outside. Umpire's been calling that one all day. He lets that one go. 2-2. So grand slam opportunity gone. But he still has a chance to drive in some more runs and really extend this Jesuits lead. He's able to get a piece of that to stay alive. I mean, just barely, but he does. Still no outs in the inning. Daly deals, and he gets Rotundo to swing and miss on that one. 3rd strikeout of the day for Rotundo. Good at bat there, though. Fouled off a few close ones. Unable to connect on that last one. So Cesarado steps into the box with a walk and a strikeout today. Chance to do a lot of damage here in the bottom of the fifth. He fouls that one back. This jam started as first and third with no one out, and due to a few pass balls, Jesuits able to get 2 runs. And that one's grounded up the middle. That's going to get through. Here comes the Jesuits. 1 run will score. They're going to hold Ventrell at second. Cesarado able to bolt. They're going to hold Ventrell at third. Cesarado able to bolt to second due to an errant throw from the outfield. But Lombardo scores on the RBI single from Brady Cesarado. Jesuits take a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Jesuits just absolutely fantastic situational hitting today from Ryan Ventrell with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And then here, Vinny Lombardo doubling, Brady Cesarado singling, and the Jesuits able to drive in runs when they needed to. DeLibero takes strike 1. That's high. So Ventrell on third base, Cesarado on second base. The 6-hitter DeLibero is in the box. Three and 1 count, very favorable for DeLibero. Known power hitter. That's outside. I apologize. Now the count is 3 and 1. Infield in for the Hawks. Pitch steals. That's high, and DeLibero works a walk. And the bases are loaded again for the Jesuits as Daly came in to play damage control. Unfortunately, has not worked out. And they're going to make a quick pitching change here as Daly just did not have it today. He was able to strike out Rotundo, but besides that, could not get any Jesuits batters out. I'm not sure if they're taking him out or just doing a mound meeting. We'll see in a moment. This is just going to be a mound meeting. They're going to keep Daly in there as he needs to work himself out of this jam. Garofalo steps into the box. So DeLibero worked a walk, got the bases loaded, and now Garofalo, who flew out to right in his last at-bat, steps in. Daly deals low. Long inning for the Jesuits, able to keep the lineup moving through. The pitch. Grounded hard, but foul by Garofalo, just barely foul. That one would have for sure driven in a few, if not all, the runners on base. Instead, it's a few inches foul, and the count's 1-1. pitch. Fouled off towards the third base side by Garofalo. 1-2. This inning is a perfect example of why the Jesuits are such a good team. They can just go through the lineup. Everyone's capable of getting a hit. Everyone's capable of getting an extra base hit. And when the lineup moves through like this, and you get back to the top of the order as quick as you can, it's just deadly as Garofalo fouls that one back. One and two count. Ventrell on third, Cesarato on second, DeLibero on first. The pitch. That's low. Count evens at 2-2. And that one is drilled to right field by Garofalo. It is gone as it sneaks past the foul pole. Garofalo hits a grand slam, and the Jesuits take a 9-0 lead in the bottom of the fifth inning. Garofalo goes long, sneaks it past the foul pole, and gives the Jesuits a huge lead. Garofalo turned on that inside pitch and gets it a bend right around the foul pole in right field. Jesuits have a 9-0 lead. Garofalo hits the grand slam. And the Jesuits have a 7-run fifth inning. That's going to be Garofalo's second homer of the year, and it comes in a big spot against a very good team from Rhode Island. Jesuits offense just rolling yet again. Averaging 11 runs a game this season. Today has been no different. Just an absolute explosion in the bottom of the fifth. Trudeau swings and misses at that. I wasn't sure if it was going to stay fair. I knew it had the distance, but once it bent around that foul pole, you could tell Garofalo was amped up. Whole team came out of the dugout. I mean, a grand slam is big time as Trudeau goes down swinging. So Albert's reached base both times today, once on an error, once on a single. Cuts and misses at that. Take strike two, 0-2. Daly looking to end this nightmare of an inning for the Hawks. That one's low. That one's outside, so 2-2. Two and two pitch is cut on and miss. He could not hold up. So down goes Albert swinging, but the Jesuits get 7 thanks to a grand slam by Nick Garofalo, and they blow this game wide open.
plate for the Hawks here in the top of the sixth. Number 2, the center fielder, Parker Boyd.
So the leadoff man for the Hawks steps back into the box, Parker Boyd. Takes that's inside. Salmeri's still out there. Into the 6th inning. Pitching an absolute gem so far today. That one's popped up. Nolan's going after it. He has room. In comes Rotundo, who makes a sliding catch in foul territory. And Rotundo grabs that foul ball right by the fence, and 1 down in the inning. Nice play by him. So Rotundo came flying in, had a bit of a better angle than Nolan, able to come across the field, calls Nolan off at the last second, slides right underneath it. As in steps the batter's box, Colin Crane. I think this is going to be Salmeri's last inning of work no matter what happens. As Crane fouls that one off towards the third base side. As Jesuits have an arm warming up in the bullpen. And with a 9-0 lead, no need to try and extend them. Pitch is inside. That one's chopped right back to Salmeri. Fields it cleanly, fires it over to first. Nolan makes the play, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Salmeri very confident and comfortable on those comebackers. Made a few of those plays today.
Number 21, the designated hitter, Dylan Poloski.
So the ace of the starting pitching staff, Dylan Poloski, steps in, designated hitter. Northeastern commit, but for pitching. Umpire calls him on the swing. Count goes to 1-1. That one's fouled up. Nolan over the line. Nolan unable to make the play this time. Very similar play to the first one. This time, though, the ball drops down. Two strikes on him. Salmeri already got 2 outs in this inning. Possibly his final batter. That one's nubbed towards first. Nolan there fields it cleanly, steps on the mound. Salmeri gets through 6 scoreless. Jesuits maintain that 9-0 lead, and they're coming to bat again.
Leading off of the Jesuits in the bottom of the sixth. Number 19, the first baseman, Jack Nolan.
So Jack Nolan, the leadoff man for the Jesuits, in the box here to start the bottom of the sixth. He hit a ground ball right back to the pitcher last time up to really get the beginnings of the rally going. Nolan lines this one right up the middle. Good piece of hitting by him. He's going to round first slowly, and he gets a leadoff single. So Lombardo into the box. Lombardo doubled to right last time he was up. Great piece of hitting, had 2 strikes. Able to send one to right. Takes that one low. Throw over to first is unsuccessful. Dealy deals. That's a high strike. Checking on Nolan over at first. That's low. Count goes to 2-1. So Lombardo takes ball 4. And now Jesuits have first and second with no one out. If they score one more run, this game will be over due to mercy rule. So Ventrell with a chance to walk off the game in a way. Been phenomenal today. He's 3 for 3. Or sorry, 2 for 2 with a walk. Been on base 3 times. So the Hawks bring in Jackson Spence to finish out today's game. Dealey did not have his best stuff today, gave up a lot of runs, including the grand slam to Nick Garofalo.
Pitching for the Hawks, number 19, Jackson Spence.
So Ventrell hit an RBI double in the first inning. Followed that up in the third with an RBI single. Then was intentionally walked last time to load the bases and ended up scoring a run in the bottom of the fifth as well. So now in the bottom of the sixth, with a chance to walk off the game due to mercy rule with runners on second and first. Nolan is on second. Lombardo's on first. Ventrell in the box. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. Looking to end the game. Spence misses outside. Spence deals. That's high. 2-0. That's a strike right down the middle, 2-1 on Ventrell. Ventrell got it going for the Jesuits today. Garofalo also a big impact in this game, but all around the lineup hit really well. You can't overlook Sal Mary's scoreless performance so far. Spence deals. That's high. Ventrell works a walk to load the bases. Second walk of the day for him. First one was intentional. This one, he took 4 pitches. And now, into the batter's box, Cooper Rotundo. 0 for 3 today, 3 Ks. Looking to make up for it and walk off the game. Rotundo made a phenomenal sliding catch in the top of the 6th inning in foul territory over by first base. Spence deals. That's a strike. Looped a breaking ball in the zone. Takes inside. 1-1. That one gets in there for strike 2. Rotundo was up with the bases loaded earlier in this game. Struck out swinging, but Garofalo did the job for him and cleared him with a home run. Rotundo has 2 grand slams on the year. He reaches for that one. That's strike 3. So Rotundo goes 0 for 4 today. Tough pitch. So Cesarado steps in, 1 out, bases loaded. Nolan on first, Lombardo on second, Ventrell on first. Cesarado swings and misses. Spence deals, and Cesarado drives that one into left. That's going to get over the head and to the wall. And that will end the game for the Jesuits. They walk it off with a 10-0 victory thanks to a walk-off single, I guess, by Brady Cesarado. And the Jesuits take this one against their Rhode Island rivals 10-0 here in Fairfield. Stars of the game today, obviously, Jackson Salmary goes 6 scoreless innings. Strikes out 7 batters. Nick Garofalo hits a grand slam in the 7-run bottom of the 5th. And Ryan Ventrell also has 2 RBIs to go along with it. Brady Cesarado walks it off. Jesuits improve to 20-1 on the year. 1 game left in the regular season when they face Cheshire later this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tommy Fox, and we'll see you next time.